as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live we turn on, so yes.
A pleasant good night, cycling fans and supporters. Welcome to
the 184th edition of The Best Thing Happening on a Thursday night here in lovely Studio B. Borrell Boom, as the Wheels Turn show is back for another exciting edition. And Andrew, do we have the show for the fans tonight? It's gonna be a very exciting show. I think we have some special guests via remote.
right.
We have that going on. We have some great cycling conversation, and as usual, and a whole bunch of love and kindness to share to all our viewers. So again, guys, thank you very much for joining us this beautiful, wet, but still beautiful because we do need the rain Thursday night.
Yes, straight out of beautiful Borrell Boom. I want to hold something. You bring me food for me.
Bye.
Good night, Mr. Kevin Logan. Thank you for the food, folks. Again, thank you all for tuning in every Thursday night for As the Wheel Turn show, as we keep you up to date with what's going on in cycling in Belize and around the region. We have some sad news to report. Of course, yesterday you attended the wake, and I attended the funeral of Mr. Emil Figueroa, who passed away. I think what was.
That was he passed away. It would have been Sunday.
Sunday.
No, it would have been Saturday evening.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah. So I drove up to took off almost the whole day yesterday and drove up to Cayo to represent cycling family as the wheel turns. Show our gratitude or love for our cycling brother, Mr. Emil Figueroa. As you all know, he was very involved with cycling. He actually had a team. His son, Zaid Figueroa, was a great cyclist. He's still a councillor.
If he's not, he's still in the political realm. So,
Right, yes.
So he has taken off some time to pursue, taken off some time from the bike, obviously, to pursue some political, his political goals.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Andrew, I'd like to, personally extend another, our condolences as well to the entire Figueroa family, as well as the Habet family, as well as the Zetina family. They're very tightly knit people in San Ignacio. I had the opportunity, like you said, when I heard of the news. Obviously, I lost a parent as well a long time ago, and it's a very difficult situation. So when I heard about the news, I said I had to, I had to take a trip up there to support our brother Zaire, who is a phenomenal young man. Had a great conversation with him as well. He's definitely in great spirits. He's taking it hard. His mom Sharon and his two sisters as well. So I met the family, but I heard some great stories about Emil, and he was a fantastic human being. His energy and his spirit, I'm definitely sure he's going to live on. He's going to live on through some wonderful young men as well. Up there, Carlos Habet was a great friend of his, like a brother. They had a little brotherhood. Some of his close friends, Dan Habet as well, along with the Zetina brothers. So I got a chance to meet them and talk a little bit more about Mr. Figueroa and get to understand what he meant, Andrew, to that community, what he meant to his family. They had a nice slideshow tribute to him at the wake, of him at the wake as well. So again, on behalf of Andrew, the host of As the Wheels Turn, myself, Georgian, Alex, and the entire crew here at As the Wheels Turn would like to again, express our heartfelt condolences to the entire Figueroa family, and not only the Figueroa family, but the entire cycling community, and especially the people of San Ignacio, who we lost a great gentleman and a great a role model to his family.
Exactly. And the eulogy was, I mean, the guy that gave the eulogy was like detailed. I mean, you know, you can picture who a person he was. He loved his family. You know, I heard the story that he said that, you know, the son, if you know, call the kids now, the son will get in touch with him. You know, one day he will make sure he call or check on them. So it showed that he was a really family man, full of love. Then go to the riverbank, have barbecue. Sound like he was a great cook too. I mean, nice chef, great chef too. And he was well loved, and the love he had for his wife and the kids were out of this world. You understand? It shows real love, and this is where we express that love is what will make the world survive. No? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have to share. We also learn of the passing of a cycling brother, Fenton James. I learned of his passing. I think he passed away Sunday. I'm not sure of the details when the funeral service, but Fenton was always take part in a social ride. When he had the social security ride, the diabetes ride. He was once a cyclist, but you know, it's sad to hear that he have make his way in the Lord's in the hands of the Lord. And on Monday, the funeral service for the late great two-time cross-country champ, Mr. Clinty Castillo. George, I think you might have the So you can put it up. We asked cyclists who can make it out. The funeral will be at St. Joseph at 10 o'clock. Come in your jersey top, and let's give this great champion a final great send-off to be with the Lord. So rest in peace, Clinton Castillo.
And he was one of the legends that were.
Yes, he was one of the legends
acknowledged at
the
night
gala, right? Exactly.
Yes. And I believe you still had his plaque.
No, it was delivered to him before he passed away. Yeah. So he did receive it. He did not make it to the. Actually, he said he didn't realize, but I think he changed residence, and you know, we were trying to get in touch with him, but eventually Barney Brown, you know, got in touch with him and took it over, and he appreciated it. And so at least before his passing, he had the opportunity, you know, to have that plaque in his hands. So, folks, let's move on to some birthday greetings, D.
Yes.
Yep.
I think we have a big special one to start off with, right?
We have a big special to start off with. Get the bell. We have the bell. Get the bell, D. We have Mr. Kevin Logan. Big happy birthday from As He Will Turn. As you know, Kevin is a part of As He Will Turn's crew. So, happy birthday, Kev. This is a nice bike you have. You better come and please come ride a race and scatter some skittles on the tarmac.
Well, rumors has it that Kevin is actually training and getting ready for a big race. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag, but you might or might not be racing in Belize soon. But to our brother Kevin Logan, we thank you very much for your continued support for As the Wheels Turn. Always keeping us looking very sharp.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kevin is the guy that picks out our wardrobe every Thursday night, and he provides the clothing as well for the show. So thank you, Kevin, among all the other contribution for the show. So very kind, good-hearted young man. Mm-hmm. He's early in his 50s.
Right.
So Kev, you know, it was a pleasure seeing you here a few months ago. Get a chance to ride with him as well. He was hurting me a little bit in the headwind. Kev, yes, Kev is a strong guy. So happy birthday, my brother. Enjoy it. I love birthdays, and I hope you enjoy your birthday and all the blessings that your heart desire. I hope those come to you.
Yes, man. So move on with the birthday greetings. We have Miss Robin Miller celebrated her birthday. We have Miss Alda Cabral, and Miss Alda Cabral is the wife of Dolfo Cabral. Dolfo said he watched every show, every race. He could tell me every single thing. So if you watch right now, Dolfo, good night, and a big happy birthday to your beautiful wife, Miss Alda Cabral. Always tune in. Also, happy birthday to William Castillo. He's from the Riga cycling team. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Fred Usher. And Fred Usher also celebrated his wedding anniversary. So, so he double dip it, I call it. So, happy birthday to Fred. And last but not least, what I have here, I have happy birthday to Miss Juliet Halak. She is the grandmother of Ruction and Destruction. Miss Juliet turns 81, I believe. Rochelle, tell me, George. She'll turn 81, so I think Saturday is her birthday. So she is also a part of, as a way, she you know, hangs out here sometime at, you know.
Excellent.
Yep. So happy birthday again, Miss Juliet. You have any D?
I do.
Okay.
Quite a bit of birthdays actually.
Wow,
a lot
okay.
of Geminis in the house.
All right.
Andrew. So we have the first is send a very happy birthday to Mr. Richard Moody, aka DJ Special.
Okay, great.
Yeah, still doing his thing. So Special, big up yourself on your birthday, sir. Enjoy that. It's today, June 5th. Another birthday is Wellington Russell, a well-known figure in the River Valley area, and my cousin as well. Enjoy your birthday, sir. We have the twins out of Chicago, Ernest and Everett Tillett.
Okay.
Their birthday. We all grew up together. I hope you guys are enjoying your birthday there in Illinois. Alexander Ellis. Alex Ellis, he's my cousin as well. Happy birthday. His birthday was June 3rd. Continue enjoying your birthday. I know you guys are doing something in Crooked Tree this weekend, so happy birthday to you, and well wishes to the entire Tillett family who will be celebrating a reunion in Crooked Tree this weekend. Let's see what else we have. We have the lovely Shelley Gillett Burns. She is my niece. She celebrated her birthday June 2nd. So happy birthday to you. Miss Kelsey Balderramos.
Okay.
She's well known in the volleyball circle, a well-known athlete, and also I believe in the Sports Council. Her birthday is tomorrow, June 6th. Cleon Broster.
Oh, okay, Cleon.
Cleon.
Yeah.
We can't forget him. His birthday is June 6th. Esther Tessacombe. Her birthday is tomorrow, June 6th as well. And I believe one more, a farmer cyclist, Ernest Brackett.
Okay.
His birthday is on Saturday. So happy birthday, guys. Do enjoy your birthday and have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Also, I'd like to give a quick little shout out. I had the opportunity to spend the afternoon in lovely Crooked Tree today.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a little trip up there, and I went up there and I had lunch with my uncle Ray Wade and Harold Burns, my cousin, and it was just a lovely afternoon getting away and receiving some love from the family. That was very good. We made some fried fish with stew beans and hot Johnny cake.
I saw the pitch. I saw the pictures.
I know. You know, doing it was so good that why everybody had doubles, so I couldn't bring you a plate. But next time,
All right,
I'll
okay.
share my plate with you.
All right, cool, yeah.
Yeah. But then you were ordering food, right? So, yeah.
Well, when you say I'm bringing food for me, I order food for Wayne, so
Oh, no,
I have to take some Georgian food.
Oh man. I think I got some fish home. I
All right,
yeah,
cool.
I figure out something.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I can't let you like that, man. But yeah, I'd like to say a thank you to them for hosting me for lunch today. That was a great little getaway. Thank you guys.
Yes, we want to big up, so that's all birthday greetings. Quickly, I want to big up young Chelsea Gillett and young Christopher Waite in Trinidad and Tobago. They went to the UCI camp there to do some training.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Giovanni Lovell and Mr. Everett Matut Sr. Went for coaching. So I'll big up the crew.
Excellent.
The Cycling Federation.
Excellent. Is that Giovanni Lover or George?
But somebody tell me Giovanni Lovell. So the federation have to let me know.
Might be George Lovell because he just completed a coaching
Okay.
Seminar. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Somebody said
right?
you. All right. So anyway.
Um,
And I also want to shout up Coach Barbershop. There in Griga, man say make a shout out the Easy Easy Energy Dream Ballers, that basketball team.
oh, nice.
Yeah. And last but not least, I want to big up all the graduates, the young cyclists there where they graduate this year. We
Yes.
have young Devin Major, we have young Irene Baki, Ashwell Bilal, Aiden Bosano, Jason Godoy, Jarrell Martinez, Ronaldo White, Deshaun Cacho, and we have Brandy Zul. Those are the cyclists. And I also want to say a big shout out to young Aria Banks. She's the daughter of our late brother, Wilbert Banks, Yellow Banks. She will graduate from primary school and she is going to elementary school and she's going to I believe St. Catherine's Academy. So
Yeah, fantastic, Andrew. Great. And to add to that list, the phenomenal Jalen Briseño is graduating as well.
okay, see.
This Sunday. That special, I know you mentioned it, but that special graduation shout out came for Ashwell Bilal, actually came from Aline Alexis.
Yes, Alina
He
Alexis.
he texted me, so
Yeah, he contacted me.
yeah, and said that he's graduating from Julian Show High School in Toledo. So congratulations, all you guys. You know how much we love hearing about the young kids
Yes.
and their academic excellence and their performance, right? So that's a big thing for us. I think the future definitely are with young people, and we love to see these young student athletes, being successful in their academics as well, because we know, Andrew, how hard cycling is.
Exactly.
And racing, traveling across the country to race, sometimes going across to Mexico and different places as well. Managing that and
Well,
managing school, it's a very, very difficult task.
Demanding.
Yes, and these guys are not only graduating, but when we talk to these young men and young women, I mean, they're so confident and they're so well spoken, and they get great grades. Their parents and share grades with us, and from what we see on Facebook. So we love seeing that. We want to encourage all the young cyclists and young athletes in general, but being this is a cycling show and we're more cycling focused, we'd like to encourage them, as competitive as you are on the bike and wants to win a race, let's win the race in the classroom as well. Be competitive with great sportsmanship, of course, in the classroom. And if your riding buddy is getting 98 on a quiz or a test, try to get 98.5 or 99. But that's what we want to see: good, healthy competition, and it's just gonna, believe me, it's just gonna pay off in the future, guys. But that's what we want to stress, is good, healthy competition in the classroom and on the bicycle.
Yep. So before I move on to the results of the 3 races we know about, I just want to say I know my beautiful wife is at home watching the show. She didn't make it up tonight. Good night, beautiful. So George, let's move on with the results of races set. What are the races will be which have road? You know the name of the race?
No, I believe it's some series out in California. I didn't get that information.
So George, maybe we could put that up. Young Derek Chavarria took
What?
part and he came in second. And was an extremely. Do you see the picture? Maybe George, you could put it up.
So it looks like it's a so-called Southern California 2025 series.
Okay.
And the first was Eli. Second was Derek Chavarria, and the third place was. Did we get that podium? Who the third was?
I'm not sure who come third.
Okay.
But George, maybe I could put up that sprint to the line. Look on that, folks. That almost look dead heat. I mean, the Belize must say that dead heat.
That's as close as it can get without that timing chip. That is as close as it can get, and depending on what angle, it could be any guy who wins the race. I was talking to Jocelyn Senior, and he said, based on the fact that the Eli is the hometown guy,
He got the hometown.
he had the hometown advantage, but he may have just edged out. If you look at the handlebars there, he may have just edged out Derek maybe by
But that looks extra.
Yeah,
Actually, I
that-
call it the heat.
that is as close as you'll get to a dead heat, right?
Exactly.
Phenomenal, and the sprint was it looks it looked pretty fast as well.
Ringing bell for Derek, man.
Yeah.
That
Big up yourself, Derek, and also out there as well. Not only Derek, but not forget Javin Gonzalez.
Yes, Javin is right there. I watched the race, and they did make me feel proud. When I watch or local guys out amongst the big guys doing things, it does make you feel proud from a small nation. So, yep, so,
Absolutely. And I believe this was a Pro 1-2 race. Do you know if
I think Corey Lockwood was in that race, I believe,
Okay.
and Dante Young. I think they were all in that race. So.
did Corey and Justin rode?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I saw part of the rest of the completing, but awesome result. So.
Yeah. Nonetheless, congratulations to the folks. Whenever you guys are racing international, obviously remember that the entire country of Belize is always behind you. Whether it's a big UCI sanctioned event or it's a smaller local type race, you're still representing Belize. Whether you're aware of that or not, you carry the flag with you. So we encourage you to continue doing that with pride. And doing that in a fashion that makes your country look good, which these two young men, have been doing consistently throughout last year and this year. So again, Derek Chavarria, congratulations on your second place podium position, and I believe they are heading out to Tulsa to do the Tulsa Tough, right? I think that's coming up this weekend. I understand. We'll get some more information on that, and I think we'll have some special guests who will clarify some of these schedules, right?
Oh, sorry. What's that? Thanks, Lenny. Yeah. So we move on to Sunday race D. You wanna call it out, or do you have to fix up the screen there?
So you had the catbird position on that.
Sorry, I don't see the screen properly because I'm going to move that over to this monitor. And now I block up on the view.
Okay. No, we could see all the screen. We could see all, yeah.
Alright, so which race in the world?
We want to see the Sunday race, Chief, the first of a monthly Masters race.
Starting with this group?
Yeah, starting with this group, yeah. So do you want to call out those?
Sure.
Yeah, all right.
Excellent. So Santiago Chief Castillo is doing a series of master races, and masters in Belize meaning 40 to 49 in the A category. B category is 50 to 59, and C category is 60 to 69. First off, I'd like to applaud the organizer for hosting this event and for also adapting the age group classification as it's done throughout the world internationally, right? So let's start there. So it's a great race. It was a 40-mile race. The race started at 7:30 a.m. from San Clas Plaza. The race headed north on the Northern Highway, which is a Philip Golson Highway, making a left turn into the Airport Road and another left turn into the John Smith Road, and a right turn at 8 miles, the 8 Mile Junction or roundabout, headed to Hattieville, flip around the roundabout and head back the exact same way, right? So about 40 miles exactly on the Garmin. And early break, Andrew, as the race started, Mark Steen, riding for BZ Boys, did a fantastic job, and he attacked the field right away and very aggressive, and that got everyone motivated. Bridging across to him was Gregory Lovell from Lovell Cycling Team, along with Henry Moreira, myself representing BZ Boys. We had Brandon Catus there as well, and we had Sam Vicio, and that break rolled for a little bit off the front. Obviously, there was a B station prize early in the race at Halova Bridge. With that being said, it kind of reshuffled again. And after Halova Bridge, I claimed the first station prize there for the B category. Myself, Gregory Lovell, and Sam Vicio rode off the front. And we were quickly joined by Henry Moreira, Brandon Catus, Wendell Skinny Vernon, Roque Matos rode across, Warren Cowie rode across. It was 8 of us in that break, and everyone was rotating, and we went all the way to the Hattieville. The Ladyville roundabout into the Link Road. And through the Link Road, it got separated, Andrew, and we had 3 guys. We had Henry Moreira, Gregory Lovell, and Sam Vicio. They broke away from the 8 guys there, leaving, well, 1 guy had got dropped, Wendell Vernon, before that. So 3 from 7, leaving 4. It was myself, Brandon Catus, who is an A rider. I'm a B rider. We had Roque Matos, B rider, and Warren Coe was a C. And that group went along for a couple of miles. You know, I rode off the front there, regroup with those guys, and from 10 miles continue running. But when the dust settled, the 3 guys stayed away.
Yep.
From the chase group, which was the 4 of us. And Henry Moreira with a fantastic move with about half a mile
Yeah.
from the finish. And he just attacked those guys on the button. Henry riding for, of course, Bundles of Joy. And he took the first place position. Second place, out sprinting Sam Vicio, was Gregory, the Bullet Lovell, riding for Lovell Cycling Team. And third is Sam Vicio, Big Sam, as he's affectionately known, riding for Team Santinos. And I want to congratulate these 3 guys. They're always up there in the top and fighting every week, Andrea, for the overall win. So that took care of the A category. In the B category, it was a phenomenal ride by Roque Matos from M&M Engineering, taking the first place in a very, 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 very close sprint.
Yeah.
George will put that sprint up as well.
George, we don't see it on the big screen. We don't see it on the big screen. There's a picture with some people on the big screen.
With some people?
Yeah, like a podcast. Yeah.
And that time you try to exit, that time I asked him if that gone away.
No,
no.
That's
That
it.
screen, they exit now?
No, it's still there.
Is that what the viewers are seeing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's where I try to exit it, but you know they close. Now that sun was, but anyways, I try to see if I could get this off the phone now, guys. That makes sense.
So-
Why that is show over there.
So are you gonna put up the sprint finish?
They finish with you and
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So let's come. Yeah, it was up just now, but yeah. So in the B category again, a phenomenal ride by Roque Matos, riding for M&M Engineering, just nipping me there 4 inches or so. I took the second place, and Fitzgerald Palace Joseph came in a few minutes behind, securing the third place. But congratulations again to the winner, Roque Matos, on a phenomenal job. And once you come with him to the tape, you're in trouble. So
Yeah, Roque is a great sprinter.
it shows that he's one of the better sprinters here in Belize in the master category. Congratulations, keep up the good work, and we'll be back at it again very shortly. Hopefully the results are different then, right? In the C category, riding very strong currently is from Team Santinos, Warren Coe, with a strong performance. He was the only C rider in front of the entire race. The chief, Santiago Castillo, was second place at almost 70 years old. Phenomenal performance, and a big shout out to Bonnie Brown, representing Team Digi. First race back and already on the podium. It's amazing to see Bonnie Brown racing again, knowing what what he went through.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the 3 of you guys. Again, Warren Coe for Team Santinos, first place. Second place was Chief Santiago Castillo, riding for Team Santinos as well. And the young Bonnie Brown for Digi was third place. In the A category, all station prizes were won by the Bullet. He has the right name, right?
Yep.
Gregory Lovell. In the B category was only 1 station prize that was picked up by D. Wade, BZ Boys. And in the C category, also 1 station prize that was picked up by Warren Coe. Again, thanks to Chief for putting this race together. And I believe we're having a second race this coming weekend. With that being said, Andrew, I'd like to give a special shout out to my teammate, who is Mark Stain. He may not be on the podium, but he's been improving quite a bit and quite steadily. Mark Stain is touching the top 10 here in all these recent races. So I tell him that we're expecting a strong race Sunday based on his performance. I believe in the Guns morning race this morning as well, he was in the top 10 with an eighth place finish. So 3 consecutive top 10 finishes and riding very, very confidently and very strong. So to my teammate Mark Steen, he was a phenomenal, although you didn't recognize him, he was a phenomenal elite athlete not too long ago, riding for Benny's and those teams, right? So again, that's the Chiefs Masters race. It's a series, and it's the first race of that series so far.
Yep. So we move on to the final race, Guns, the 198th running. Yep. So was a beautiful race, and Valance Sims, I think 3 guys broke away from the start. Valance Sims, Sharon Roca V12, and Stephen Jurgensen, aka the Mike Man, broke away early in the race and were never caught. And when the dust settled in the A category, it was Valance Sims first, Sharon Roca second, and Stephen Jurgensen third. In the B category, Warren Coway first, second was Greville Young, and third Alex Pratt. And Warren Coway double dip. He got the first 60, so Warren Coway came on top. So the top 10, let me call it top 10. The top 10, Valance Sims first, Sharon Roca second, Stephen Jurgensen third, Wendell Skinny Vernon fourth. I forgot to call it the team name. So Valance Sims running for SPD / Culture. Sharon Roca rides for River Valley Boys. Stephen Jurgensen rides for Team Stinners. Wendell Skinny Vernon, Team Stinners. Alvan Gillett, SPD / Culture. Warren Coway rides for 6th place. Warren Coway rides for Team Santinos. 7th, Greville Young rides for Team Guns. 8th, Mark Steen rides for BZ Boys. 9th, Steven Sylvester rides for Team Guns. And roaming the top position, Alex Pratt rides for Elephant Sons. So that concludes the top 10 and the final race. So we want to thank each and everyone who took part, all the organizers. Thank you guys for keeping cycling alive. So folks, we'll take a break, and then we return. We're supposed to have some special guests by Zoom? What's that called?
Yes.
Yep.
So we'll have a video chat with
some special guests. So.
Yeah. So guys, we'll take a quick break. This break is brought to you by the Andrew Ordonis Bike Shop for all your bike service, bike repairs, spare parts, and accessories. Check them out. That's number 14 Pelican Street. And also 3.14 pies, the best pies in the city. Lemon pie.
Yes.
And pecan. Is it?
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie and
the pumpkin.
Pumpkin pies.
Yeah,
Any apple pies?
Yes, apple too.
Apple pies.
Yeah.
Excellent. So reach out to Alexi Ordonis for all your bakery needs.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
This is a Soulfire production.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Ordonis. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night at 6:30 as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live we turn on the so yes.
I'm here to say, hear me now. This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire production.
Welcome back, D.
To the 184th edition of As the Wheels Turn. A big shout out to Mr. Keith Anderson. Watching as always at home is Rita Thompson and the crew. These guys are loyalists every Thursday night. So thank you guys. Without you, there's no As the Wheels Turn. And you know, we're just messengers of the story here, the great story of cycling. But Andrew, this is an exciting part of the show, I know.
Exactly, very, you know,
I can try bringing the guest thing.
Alright, so-
So we have some exciting guests coming on the show. You guys may or may not know these folks when they come on the screen, but they will be joining via Zoom, and you will be seeing their faces shortly. And Andrew's secret that he's been holding on to all week will be out the bag.
Good, I could bring it, you know, because
Yeah.
I don't know if I hear them, but I could say if I hear them. Raise up the volume. There we go.
Can you guys hear us?
Hello.
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear. Yeah. Oh. You see how dedicated these young athletes are. Good night, Derek Chavarria, young phenom.
Chav, do you guys think you can turn your camera the other way around, like landscape mode? See if that. That's good, but flip it another way, because it's like upside down right now. No.
Yes, no, they're sideways.
Yeah, it's sideways. It's like that view there.
Sorry guys, I just asked the guests if they can hear me because I'm going to try to get this set up configured, but I don't know if they configured. So like I say, yes, loud and clear.
All right.
Well, well, the virtual guests, I know I'm editing. Yes. Yes, a child.
So they gone after it, amazing.
You know this, it?
No, it's black.
We lost video.
Because the guy,
Where's the darkness, George? We don't see no. We don't see picture.
We see a black screen, Chav.
No, not job because I think that way the phone get flipped just now, but I can try see something again. That's how I refresh this. Yeah, my bad job right now, bro. That's it. It should be the same thing, no? Yeah, I just the way how the thing there.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Well,
the sideway now.
just flip it back, Chav. I think there's something technical we can. No. Too much.
No, too much.
Right? Go back. More.
Leave it more.
More.
Leave it more.
Right,
Right,
perfect.
right there. That's
Perfect.
good. Yeah.
Maybe we'll recruit Chav as the tech guy, right?
Good night, guys. Thanks for accepting our invitation, for being on the show. I was watching the race, and I was rooting for you, and that sprint was so close. I said that Chav won it, right? But unfortunately, they gave it. The other guy, I guess, they had Chip. Oh, so he get home court. Will I say advantage? All right, okay. So what's the name of that particular race that you both took part in?
That was the Carson CBR 6 finale, right? Because they usually have series throughout the year, and that was the final one. So, yeah, I think Blackpool ended up to win the overall series.
Okay, okay. So the question I also know, that style of racing, crit racing, I have been in Chicago and say it's like from the start, it's always over 30 miles an hour for an hour and change, right? Compared to long road races that you guys used to ride here in Belize, maybe you can explain the fun how to transition and make such a big impact. I mean, I had a few riders where try to ride crit and they say, Andrew, we're afraid because with the brakes in the corners, but both of you and Jiven, you guys catch on pretty fast and you definitely making us look good. Maybe you could, both of you can tell the fans how to transition that quick.
Well, honestly, I think like it's a little bit more difficult to transition into a pit scene, especially when in our case, maybe not so much because as we all know, like the style of we race I believe slightly
Which you're
different
gonna get George.
as racing style outside of country. A much more surgy, and that's kind of what the crit is all about. You know, a lot of surges throughout the corners and maybe for the preems and stuff like that. So um, I think for us it was slightly easier, but I mean it's still something you need to work on, especially when it comes to like the bigger races where there's all the big teams out there in the race and stuff. So
Jiven?
Good night, everybody. The crit scene, I mean, the race it, I think slightly like a couple months more longer than Trav. So for me, the transition, road racing, based more upon endurance than speed. The crit scene, a lot, like less than a mile, like probably like a kilometer or less. Uh, the CBR does me our full kind of quick, so we just gonna go basically in one circle. The hitman cars 37 miles and all, like high speeds, like what Derek said. A lot of surges. That is if you don't have the intensity and one good heart, basically. The crit thing really be something for you. Or if you're afraid for if you touch a shoulder or touch somebody, like a lot of people like cycling and all contact sports, but if you jump in at the crit scene, that a different scenario, especially 10 laps to go, the worst five, worst three, a lot of bumping, hustling guys that take risks, that like real, that like basically American football on bicycle. A lot of guys just you know, push out of the way, fight for positions, Uh, Sunday race, maybe aggressive. Lots of breakaway guys just to let the wheel go and Corolla could just basically stay on the gas for the entire race. The crit scene, I have fun, but at the same time, it's super dangerous. So you just have to also, think about being safe. And I always tell Derek, sometimes, not really worth it. And if you get a best line or you get a good line in the race, then I take it. If it's too sketchy and too dangerous, switching, cycling, dangerous sports in a whole. So we just go there, we still race we bike.
Yeah, you did answer the question asked because road racing, long road racing, and home, you although you're close together, you're not bumping like I watch your races and I say you guys are going almost over 30 miles for the entire race and bumping shoulders. It's like you said, it's like American football and bicycle. It's you have to fight for position. So you definitely have the fans understand how demanding crit racing is at their high speed and a high level. So, like I mentioned, you guys definitely do an awesome job. Do you have a question you want to ask?
Yeah. Good night, guys. Good night, Derek.
Good night.
Good night, Jivan. You guys are doing a phenomenal job out there in the U.S. And you have been consistently now for quite a few months. You guys been traveling and getting good results. We're very proud of you, and we're supporting here in Belize, and everyone is behind you. When these races are on, and we know our boys are racing, everyone is sharing the live, everyone is watching. We can't wait to get the results, and we're all hoping for good results. So thank you for not disappointing us. We're really, really proud of that. And congratulations on the second place finish on the recent race here. I guess one of my question is, we know that we're used to the Belize comforts in Belize. It can be a big transition going out of your comfort zone per se into a whole nother country. A lot of things are new. The living arrangements, the food, logistics, things of that nature. How are you guys, handling that? Is that a part of it that could be a struggle for you guys? How are you adapting to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest person behind us is our sponsor back home, Mr. Glenn Flowers. He helps us in areas where it takes a lot of stress off of our shoulders, and we have to big up the Williams family and Mr. Kalman. He hosted the entire period with you, and just the rest of the guys. Justin, Corey, they help us with some of the bigger races like Valley of the Sun, Redlands, just get us registered and get into those higher level events over the US. And yeah, I think, those are the main stuff. I mean, other than personal sponsors, those guys look after us really good. So.
And Jivan, how do you find the transition from Belize to being abroad racing?
And the main thing really sometimes not really all the time, right? Because like if you stay on the vitamins and things, that the weather, we come from a humid climate, with the heat. Then going to LA was super cold, and sometimes you're riding at 50 degrees weather, and like 10 or maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning, like 50, 55, that cold for me, so that's the main thing for me. If your body not really used to it, you'll probably get sick. So we just need to try stay on top of the game, with the nutrition. But then also the food out there, like you have to be very cautious of that. If you they pay attention to your weight, there's something with the food out there, just blow up. So like we really have to can't really mess up the fast food or anything like that. Cook for ourselves basically, our own cooked meal, and just stay on it. Sometimes it get boring. I know, like I want to cheat the meal sometimes, like stuff like not all thing like that, but you eat too much and then they directly reach home at 200 pounds, they get over, then it climbs over there, you're rough. And we want more lenient to the tours and stuff like that, so, and I need to survive the mountain stages there and harder for reach the sprint stage, so I have to really pay attention to my weight, especially my height. My 6'3", so my body they force me to reach over 200 pounds, but I try my best to stay in that 70 range. That's basically more of the things I need to focus on, with the transitions, like what you say. The crit don't really play like you don't really need to worry about the weight in the crit scene, but I just like to pay attention to it because I know how.
Yeah. So there's obviously there's a lot, Andrew, not only because for a cyclist, training and going through the routines, that's a normal thing, right? If you want to perform, you have to do that kind of thing, right? You get up in the morning, you train. But like when you change routines, that's the thing, right? With an athlete, when you change routines, you have to adjust to that. So, big kudos to these guys that they're adapting so rapidly and they're still performing at that level, because they're like Jivan rightly said, got to be careful. Eating different foods will have different reaction, your body will react differently to those foods, right? Another quick question for you. Obviously, like Andrew said, crit racing is totally different from road racing. I follow you guys on social media, so I've been seeing some of the preparation that you're doing. But are you doing anything specific for the racing that you're doing currently, or are you looking forward more to the upcoming races like the Road Championship here in a couple of weeks?
I think ideally our focus is more on the road racing. The nationals coming up, and then in the future we have a couple other races in. I think there's Central American Games in Guatemala, and of course Caribbean Champs. Road champs. All of those are road races. So for now, we just have to keep the intensity high, especially since the crit stem, there's that very high intensity for an hour to an hour 15. So obviously we have to just get the intensity up, get the heart rate to sustain like 180 beats the entire duration, an hour and a half. And, pretty much the more intensity at this point, especially closer to the races. Leave it farther out. We had a little bit more volume already in the schedule, but since we're in a little bit of racing right now, we had to cut back on the volume and increase the intensity.
More high wattage training.
Yes.
What are the next event over there? What are the next event coming up over there?
Well, this weekend is the closest one. We have Tulsa Tough. Starts tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then from there, I think it's Road Nationals.
What category are you guys racing, Derek and Javen?
We're doing 1-2s.
1-2? And what time? Some of the fans are asking, what time are your races this weekend?
So Friday is 5:25. Saturday is 4:30, and then Sunday is 3:30, I believe.
So 5:25 tomorrow evening, 5:25, 4:30. You said Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Sunday was
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah, but we did our ahead on you guys, so.
Okay, so it'd be 1 hour less Belize time. So 4:30. 4:30 tomorrow. 4:30 in the afternoon, guys. Belize time.
How to see?
And Saturday was what? 2:30 our time, or 3:30.
3:30.
3:30 our time, and then Sunday again was.
No, 3:30 Belize time.
3:30 Belize time.
Yeah. So from Friday, it just cuts back an hour as the day goes.
Yeah. Okay. And then how can we watch you guys? Is there?
I think Tulsa Tough have a YouTube page, and I think you'll be on that. I think if you go search up Tulsa Tough on YouTube, you're supposed to be on live stream. Or via Instagram.
And this is Tulsa Tough, right?
Tulsa Tough.
Yeah, okay, which is a big race, so we should be able to get that. Maybe I'd ask if you guys, if you have a link just before the race or something, shoot it out to either myself and Andrew, so they can share it on the page and everyone can tune in and support you guys.
Yeah, sure. I think the streaming should start from like the first races and then go through the entire day. So from the first race starts, once the link's up, I'll forward it.
Excellent. One more thing, Andrew, as well. We know that racing is pretty expensive. We know these guys have good sponsorship from their team owner and manager, Mr. Glenn Flowers and the Williams brothers. But in case anyone would like to reach out to Derek Chavrier or Javen Gonzalez, they can certainly do that. And any Belizeans who are watching and would like to support these guys, we'd encourage you guys to reach out. We know leaving home is always difficult, and basically they're sacrificing, in the U.S. to further their cycling dreams and goals. So if anyone would like to reach out to these young men and support them, we'd encourage that as the wheels turn, definitely. To contribute in whichever way you can. Perhaps maybe it's just a phone call to wish them all the best. I'm sure they'll love to hear from people as well.
Yeah. So, Jaime, Javen and Chav, I know you guys have a YouTube channel. Maybe you could tell the fans a little about that.
Yeah, so it was kind of just a idea I had for a while now, and I came together with Jagan and we just decided to just start something. I mean, not hurt nobody, but I mean, we just decided to kind of keep everyone in tune. I mean, my family, I think they definitely enjoy it, and some of the closer friends, and so they enjoy just to watch the league vibe where we give off, and obviously, I think in the near future we'll also want kind of speak a little bit of constructive stuff, when it comes to maybe training and some type of stuff just to kind of be more educational as well. But for now, it's more of just like personal experiences, yeah, going into the races and training, maybe a little bit more insight of what we do. So yeah, I mean, if you guys wanna follow the channel, it's Phenom BDE and on YouTube. So feel free to follow, subscribe.
Yeah, Manuel. We want to thank both of you guys. We know you're so dedicated here and concentrate off work out straight to come and have this interview. So we definitely want to wish you guys all the best. And we're rooting for you guys. We're looking forward to you when you come take part in the Road Championship and the Caribbean Championship games coming up in a few months' time. At this moment, we don't want to know big up who big up and say thanks to who just do nothing.
Well, I always have to thank God first, making everything possible. So, from big up my family. I have a full support from my family, and I really appreciate that. And playing flowers, big help from
We're losing audio.
Yeah, I reckon a low church.
Mr. Calvin Williams,
Oh, okay.
also a big help, big up Mr. Carl, the Williams brothers. Also big up our coach, Mr. Ken Gokul, he helped me reach, very far in the cycling fitness wise, very constructive training, so thank you. Everybody would have supported him. Much love and appreciation.
Ciao.
Yeah, I mean, certainly have to thank God and the family support from ever since I started cycling. Um, Mainly from my dad, my brother, uh, yeah, pretty much everybody, sisters, mom. Everyone plays a part in getting me to where I am today. Um, Certainly give thanks to Coach Ken. We've been under his training for I'd say about 6 months now. It certainly has shown good progress. So I think he's been our coach for a while. Um, um, yeah, I have to big up all the fans and supporters. Some sponsors, gyms. Um, we have some team to Ireland. Can't forget Mr. Ireland. Um, Honestly, I've had so much support behind me from ever since. And for everyone who's not mentioned, you're certainly um, not forgotten. I have to give thanks to all of them. And I mean, it's like you said, bonus, it's like being very expensive. And, we really can't do it alone. So, yeah, thanks everybody, and big this again, William Summer, and, good stuff.
Well, we want to thank both of you. Superstar, I call it. I mean, definitely keeping cycling alive. We want to thank you for taking our invitation and showing up. I mean, like I said, you're very dedicated. Just come off a ride, and we want to wish you all the best. Continue to do what you do best. Make Belize proud.
Yep, guys, thank you very much for making the time for us here tonight. On behalf of As the Wheels Turn here, family in Belize and the entire Belize population, we are behind you and we wish you all the best this weekend. Hopefully we'll see some great results. Thank you. Good night.
Right. Yeah. So, that was very interesting. I mean, both these young men are so dedicated. As we speak about how tough it is to mix the sport of cycling with your everyday life, you understand? And they keep on the grind and continue to do well and make the fans and all of us very proud. So it was nice chatting with them, and we wish them all the best in upcoming events.
Yeah, absolutely. In life, Andrew, nothing great happens without great sacrifice, right? And also, to whom much is given, much is expected, right? So these two young men have been given a great opportunity. They have embraced it. They are there because they work very hard, right? So they have the opportunity. They will prepare, and like you see consistently, they're getting results. Again, without sacrifice, it's very, very difficult to achieve anything of great substance. So it's a sacrifice, leaving your family, leaving your comfort zone to go out there, in amongst a sea of sharks and still perform at a very high level. So congratulations to both Jaiven and Derek, and we're proud of them. We can talk to them and about them all night, because that is something that we encourage. And I noticed that there was a viewer who said, how come other teams are not doing the same thing as G-Flow is? My response to that, they're trying. For example, Anthony Marla Digi Alliance, they just sent their entire team to Merida.
Okay.
There's great competition there. Actually, Cancun Criterium. So there's some great competition there as well in Mexico. They didn't go to the U.S. Obviously, going to the U.S. has more logistics involved with visas and things of that nature. Perhaps not everyone on the team has a current visa, so those are things that are going to be worked out as well. But I definitely see in the future that a team like Anthony Mala Digi Alliance will have folks participating on the international level as well. We just want to encourage, all the team owners and sponsors, to give the guys international exposure when it's necessary. That's how you are going to build a sport and advance the sport, and the guys are going to get better. They have to race with better competition. Unfortunately, people are not dying to come to Belize to race unless it's the cross country, which is one day, one event for the year. So in order to race against the better cyclists, we have to go international. One of the things that I like to encourage the Cycling Federation to do, or look at exploring this as an option, there's a tour of Honduras coming up.
Okay.
So I was talking with some cycling folks, right? And one of the ideas or opinion that I had, Andrew, is we should have a rotating national team here in Belize, made up of elite cyclists, junior cyclists, U23 cyclists, and also female, right? A rotating. So it's very volatile. No one is there forever. If an individual has, let's say they have some educational type responsibilities, they can pull out and someone else moves up. But what I'd like to see is that we pick riders from this pool, right? And we'll have a national coach as well, but we'll pick riders from this pool, and then we will send them to, for example, the tour in Honduras that's coming up. You have several tours for the year in Guatemala, right? You have races in Mexico. So instead of just racing as a couple of guys from certain teams, or maybe sending the majority of one team out, let's send a team representing Belize. So have the Belize national team in these races riding. They're on different local teams, but they're riding for the same national team when they go to these events. You know, I think something like that you would see great impact on cycling and performance of our athletes. But you'd have to be consistently going to these events every year. We'd pick maybe 3 events: Tour of Honduras, Tour La Paz de Guatemala, or Tour Guatemala, or there's a tour in Panama, something of that nature. Those regional tours. But in order to do that, again, we form and we pick a rotating national team, right? Of course, we have to look at ways to fund that team. How can we fund that team? We can look at the corporate, you know, all the corporations here in Belize, right? The businesses, perhaps you create these jerseys and you give them spaces on the jerseys for advertising. You know, if you can do that, that can be an option. But I think you have to put together a plan like that, and then find the funding for it, and then execute on it. I know, you know, the Minister of Sports, Anthony Mala, now will be pushing for a larger budget for sports in general. Obviously, he has to dice that up throughout the different disciplines. But cycling, you know, is a pretty good vehicle to invest in order to get some notoriety for Belize, right? What are your thoughts on that idea?
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And mention about cycling in Belize, I am so happy that Mr. Ruben Martinez and his crew, along with Miss Dan from Dan Catering, have invested their time and money in building the female category. As a matter of fact, I've been getting calls from different people that more young ladies want to come on board, but you know, they don't have equipments. And I know the family out there in Boston. What's the word, Boston or Boston? Because people like them.
It depends on where you're from. If you're from Boston, it's Boston. Boston.
Well, then I correct me. I think they're not Boston, they're not Boston. Anyway, but you understand. But families, I know my good friend there, Nigel, helps a whole lot, and he have, you know, said that they will do their best to help support, and so we encourage the young ladies there not to lose interest. Just in a matter of time, be patient. If you really love the sports, you will definitely get support from you know, especially our friends there in the diaspora who said, you know, they want to help. And why is a female cycling, D-Wade? Belize have opportunity to go and bring medals back, and so we definitely want to encourage the young ladies to get involved. It's very disciplined sport. Look at young Irene Baki, who just rose up, you know, quick thing, yeah, and change, and she have gained so many knowledge in such a short piece of time. And just imagine if more young ladies get on board and you know, put the effort in. You understand? And you know, we definitely get result, especially in our region, the Caribbean, Mexico, Guatemala. We could start from there and then move on.
Yeah. Well, certainly, you know, things that we're big on, obviously, with women's sports, and women in cycling, and also the young men, right? Juniors and youth. But obviously, there's a great opportunity there. It's not a big pool currently in Belize, so in order to be successful, you can be successful pretty quickly if you you know, if you dedicate yourself, you put the work in. I think it, you know, for me, I think it's a great opportunity to represent Belize if you are a female athlete and you're looking at cycling as an option. I think it's a great opportunity to represent your country. Obviously, there are many regional competition that we participate in as a country. There's a Caribbean Championship. There's a Pan American Games. There are so many different games and events, and we always need to fill a female roster. So any of the young ladies there that have raced previously or are looking at racing, I would say definitely give it a shot. Get into it. Thanks to Mr. Ruben Martinez, who has focused solely on female racing. That is his focus, and he's doing a phenomenal job with that. He's held some pretty big races now. This is going into year 2, and definitely like what he's doing for the young ladies, making these races all female focused, and we are seeing that category is growing slowly but surely. Some of the races that he's been having, they're the largest female peloton that we've seen in quite some time, right? So that's very impressive, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for your efforts there. Please continue doing that. We will continue supporting you as well. And again, these young ladies, just, if you're interested in cycling, you want an introduction to cycling, you can definitely stop at the bike shop, talk to Mr. Andrew Ordonis. I can guarantee you he's a nice guy.
Yes.
I sit with him here every Thursday, and he's one of the nicest guys. So sit with him, talk with him a little bit, get your introduction into cycling. You still have trainers available?
I have the trainers are there. It's just
Okay.
that the bikes, the rest of the kids make care of the bike. So
Okay.
one kid come today, he wants to train back, but I tell him no bike there. But trainers are there.
Trainers are there. So perhaps if you have a bike, starter bike, you can bring your bike, attach it to the trainer, and then Andrew can perhaps help you with a good bike fit.
Yep.
If
yep,
you're a
that's
young lady,
important.
obviously, a good bike fit to start off with, and pedaling strokes and things of that nature, so you can get in the sport. But we definitely encourage you guys. We're always excited again to help out the females.
And Miss Sylvia Waite, she have an interesting topic. If you bring a flash drive, so I could download some information about the. She explained in details, but it's about the earlier part of this great sport of cycling. But you say I drop by and there's that I need somebody to be there, somebody text or could download some information. So we are definitely share some history. So we there too for share history. Maybe
Excellent.
just before I take break, I know I want to talk about a little about Clinty Castillo. So I spoke to Mr. Denfield McNabb, and he said the man is an all-around cyclist, right? So he could sprint, he could pace, he could time trial. The team, he had a team in Milkport, and you had Mr. Denfield McNabb, you had close Mr. Clinty Castillo, you had Mr. Horace Boyd, who is still alive. He's my neighbor. And then you had a man named Carl Burgess. He passed away. Those were the four team members of the team. They represented Belize in Merida. They did well. The team was a very strong team. Back in the days, they really had sponsors like that. And Milport may give them some kind of sponsorship back then, that I mean, in the 60s, early 60s. And a little more I learned about him, Mr. Clinty. He was a good watch repair man because that made the family business. The brothers didn't do that. And also Mr. McNabb also shared that himself, he was a committee member, but Mr. Clinton Castillo was the first secretary of the Cycling Association. The first one, because the first time I found like a cycling association, and he was the secretary. So I can't remember the exact. He gave me the name of I can't remember it good, who was the president, but they were involved also in making rules for cycling in Belize. So Clinton was a big part of cycling, and like I said, there's a lot, that he will try to share. He try to remember some of the stuff, but I just have to put that out there now, of the great person Clinty was. So.
Excellent. He has quite a history.
Quite a history.
Quite a history in
And we have to educate our young fans, and so because people don't look at history, people look at present. The younger fans don't know nothing, because you have to educate them. If that history, if cycling was start, then we wouldn't have cycling. We wouldn't be here having a show, and so we have to give kudos. We have to give the people in before way of flowers, like. At one a day, or past champion in the likes of Chavaria. When again, Orlando Chavaria was at the shop, and there were a lot of young kids around. And they said, "Mr. Those are the old man come to here." I said, "That's not a little old man." I said, "He is a cross country champion." They're like, "Wow!" They never know that. But you see that you have to educate them, because they just saw him as a little old man come on a bike, and it was Orlando Chavaria. So, we want to teach or good night, Lincoln. Lincoln, you're off the chat.
Yeah, we don't do a good job as Belizeans celebrating our heroes. We're starting to do that. We have some good efforts. Example with the Bowman family,
Right,
as well Bowman and team who are doing that. But we haven't done that, and I think perhaps we need to look at maybe a cycling museum.
Exactly.
There's a rich history here in Belize as far as cycling is concerned.
Well, David, I have to go try Hunter because Mr. Denfield gave me some. I have pictures with St. Clinton Castillo, Mr. Denfield, Mr. Carl Burgess, and Mr. Hurstboard. When they were young, they might fit to whatever, and when they represent Belize, so I want to try finding it and share it. And so I want definitely, if people have any old pictures, bring them. I have a lot of the old magazines there. A good friend from Geotech, Mr. York, always bring me the edition when he do. So I want to try keep them, and I want to try have some kind of the museum. But we definitely have to, keep the sport of cycling and let the fans know about the history, the great history. So I want to do the documentary with Mr. Denfield McNabb. Why I always call Mr. Denfield McNabb is because of him. And my dad, I got into cycling because I was around. He was the president when I was a young boy, and I used to go to the stadium for track races and things like that. And it was very exciting. I fell in love with cycling at that time, and up to this day, with God blessing, I'm still here to share the love of cycling. So, folks, I think we'll take a short break. When we come back, it's prize giving time.
Yes, we'll take a short break, guys. Again, brought to you by Ordonez Bike Shop and 3.14 Pies. When we come back, it's one of the most exciting segment, right?
Yep, the giveaway.
Giving away of prizes. So we'll see you soon.
I'm here to say, hear me now. This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire production.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Ordonez. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Ordonez. So yes.
Welcome back, guys. The 184th edition of As the Wheels Turn, and we are in our prize giveaway segment. Sandro.
Yep.
Exciting. Question number 1, and again, these questions every week are supplied to us by Mr. Elston Wade Jr. in Birmingham Landing. Thank you very, very much for your contribution week in and week out. Some very interesting questions. What prizes do we have for question number 1?
Well, we have some cash tonight, courtesy of Mr. Clarence Tescum out of California. So the first thing is $20. So you'll win $20
Straight.
for the first question. So you'll get cash.
Straight money, huh?
Straight money.
Nothing is better than cash, right?
Yep.
All right. Question number 1, guys. Ready? Name the cyclist who won the bronze medal in 1997 in the individual time trial race of the Central America Games in Honduras? Again, question number 1. Name the cyclist who won the bronze medal in 1997 in the individual time trial race of the Central American Games in Honduras. The answer is
Mr. So and so, who rode for so and so team.
great clues, Andrew. It's a real giveaway.
So again, hint, this gentleman have a nephew that rides very well.
That's a good hint.
Yep. This,
When I win, by the way.
$20 bucks.
Good, thanks.
Go to see of Mr. Clarence Tescom out of California, who watches all the shows, watches all the races. He called and he said, man, he really enjoyed. He's waiting to retire and return to Belize to take part in the Weekend Warriors races.
Who's that?
Mr. Clarence Tescom. He used to ride with Judge Abraham and the guys way back in the days.
Excellent.
The man may build like Vincent Smith, strong way to ride.
Every time,
Huh?
if I give my clue, I'll be too much, man.
Yeah, don't
For
give
what?
it away. Don't give it away, George.
The clue? Oh,
And don't go back to the one, I think.
okay. So this gentleman have a nephew that is currently riding on a big team, and that nephew is a great young rider.
1997 individual time trial bronze medal in the Central American Games in Honduras. 1997, guys. 1997.
If I give her one more thing, it might be allowed, right? I have one exclude, but I think it might be
Yeah.
allowed.
I think that I say clue, you have it in your head, I got that in my head.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Just say it. Say it.
Corruption and destruction?
No, he also has.
Oh, okay.
He also have a niece that.
Oh, so he has a
Let's start, you.
he has a nephew and a niece that's riding.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
well, that should be easy.
That should be the giveaway. We want to win a prize. We can't keep the prize, because we have to take that $20 and we have to go buy some fruits and something. If nobody win the prize,
Got a winner.
yeah, winner.
Winner, ring the bell.
That's right, Arlen.
Ireland Cato, $20, my man.
Ian Smith is
I
your
said-
answer.
I tell you eruption and destruction because.
Ian.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So the second prize, the second question of the night, you win this beautiful T-shirt from some good friend, my name, Mr. Oswald Bowman. I got some shirt from where I do for the cross country. He said every moment matters.
Wow,
2025.
nice. Love it.
Nice T-shirt. Along with $10 too. Right?
Shirt and
So,
$10.
so all the prizes have money night. And so here goes the question. Name the Belizean cyclist who outsprinted the top foreign cyclist to win the cross-country race in 5 hours, 46 minutes, and 49 seconds. Repeating, name the Belizean cyclist who outsprinted the top foreign cyclists, so more one cyclist, to win the cross-country race in 5 hours, 46 minutes, and 49 seconds. So the clue is right there, so. And I forget no more clue. So, a nice T-shirt.
Got a winner already.
Already? Wow.
All right. Ring the bell.
Yes, Mr. Ruben Martinez, this is the correct. So I save your T-shirt and your $10.
All right.
Yeah.
3. Who was the only Belizean cyclist on the podium when Luis Santizo finished 3rd in the cross-country race? Who was the only Belizean cyclist on the podium when Luis Santizo finished third in the cross country race.
I win a bottle from Miss Rita Thompson along with $10 from Mr. Clarence Tesco. So all the prize I have when you, and the Bolida one, you get actually you win cash. So yeah, so you win this beautiful bottle from Miss Rita Thompson and $10 from Mr. Clarence Tescum.
Full name or?
What the answer kasi?
Full name or as African?
Oh, yeah, we have one full name for two.
Well, the guy went up this one. Then luckily,
Yeah.
alright, good.
Yeah.
The work out there and then
Yeah.
G-Rich just baskets and then
Nice
then
job, nice job.
Anderson put shit. And then G-Rich come back and hurry put shit baskets up.
Yeah. So according to the thing, the full name. So when I try to ask fans to make it be more that they give the full name, no? Because that's exactly what the answer say. Shane Vasquez, indeed. So G Rich, you can pick up your prize, or let us know who get a prize. And the final question of the night, which is the Bolido, and you actually win money. So I'll be like real Bolido for you. I win $20 from Mr. Clarence Tescum again out of California.
No. Sorry, ask it then. Sorry, ask it.
The answer lies between 1 and 35. The answer.
Ask it, don't put the marker. I know some people like put the stuff before.
Okay. So the number lies between 1 and 35, and you win yourself Bolido tonight. Actually, cash, $20. Mr. Clarence Tescum out of California.
Good guys,
By the Lyrian make the place really cool when I drive up. Got winner?
Steven
Sylvester. Yeah, so Steven, you actually win. Yeah, like Bolido, you win Bolido tonight, boy. You win. How much piece of Bolido that'll be for win $20? How much piece of Bolido?
I have no idea. I've never ever bought it in my life.
You win, I think $3.50 per ticket. So
Per piece?
It's per piece. So he win so much piece and a half, huh?
Roughly 6 pieces.
Six and a half pieces or somewhere around. We want to thank each and every one who took part in the prize giving and all who gave prizes. Thank you all for keeping the show exciting with the prizes. Dear, we have come to the end of another great show. Just let the time fly by when you have fun. You know, it was nice having young Derek Chavaria, aka Young Phenom, and Javen Gonzalez, aka Silverback, join us live to update how they are doing, and we are very proud of them. They actually are doing very well. You know, one next thing, just before I close, how do these two young riders keep so consistent and on top?
It's all about dedication, commitment, consistency. If you notice, when they're in Belize, they're always training, they're always preparing. They know when to, take a short break, but they're right back on it. So, you heard them in their interviews. They're watching what they eat. They're trying. They're eating as healthy as possible, staying away from junk food, putting in good fuel. So the key to performing as an elite athlete is. You have to fuel the engine properly, right? You have to make sure you're getting enough rest, and you have to make sure you're consistently working on your craft, which means you're training, you're developing your skill sets, and then on top of that, you're competing at a high level. So if you want to perform, those are the things that you have to do consistently, right? You got a lot of people who do it, short period of time, they get some success, whatever reason they can't continue it. It's all about consistency is why they're successful.
Awesome. Well, dear, I'll give you the opportunity to say your closing remarks.
Once again, Andrew, it's been a great show. It was a well-spent hour and a half, roughly. with you as the host of As the Wheels Turn, and also Superman live streamer. You're back at it this weekend again, right?
We'll see.
Oh, you're not sure?
I'll wait for the people to contact me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I might. All right. Sounds good. Well, Andre's waiting to live stream. That's a Weekend Warrior race.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I thought you were locked in with the Weekend Warriors for all the live streaming. That has been the case. Okay. Things might change, but so it goes. But we do have other live streamers. So whatever. It's all good. But with that being said, like I said, I've been here for an hour and a half. We can easily be here for another hour, 2 hours, right? Talking cycling, a topic that we do enjoy, we're passionate about. Would like to, as always, thank you for that opportunity to develop this platform and giving me the opportunity to be a part of it. I really appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. With that comes great responsibility. One of the responsibility that comes with having a platform is be able to articulate your message in a professional manner and also in a respectful manner, in a kind manner, and loving, right? And that's the responsibility that we have. And that's going to be the focus of this show. Always is about spreading the love that we have for cycling, the love that we have for people, and to keep things very positive, to give people the opportunity as well to promote themselves. For example, all our guests that we have on the show, you know, we give them the opportunity, or we provide a platform for them to promote themselves, right? To tell their fans and their supporters, you know, of the great things they're accomplishing through the help that they've been receiving from the community.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're doing here. This is I look at this as a job of service. Service to the community. However we can help, you know, reach out to us and let us know how we can help you for your agenda, as long as it has to do with, you know, cycling, helping others, right? So I'm very, like I said, very grateful for that opportunity. It's not a responsibility I take lightly. I prepare, you know, weekly to present the best show to our viewers. We try to get the information correct, and we try to make the show as interesting as possible. With that being said, there's no show unless we have loyal, committed viewers.
Exactly.
And we have folks who join us week in and week out, you know, and we want to thank them immensely, you know, for doing that, and for helping to build this show to what it is that people are excited on a Thursday evening to view. So again, guys, thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate all the love and support. Everywhere we're traveling now, people are coming up to us and said, "Hey, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Thank you very much for you know, for what you're doing for cycling here in Belize." You know, again, we take that very seriously, both myself and Andrew, and we will continue to do things the right way as far as it's related to cycling. We'd want to say a big thank you again to all the folks who are promoting races, who are putting races together. Want to thank you guys for doing that, for keeping cycling alive, for keeping our athletes, giving our athletes an outlet, right? So they're performing, they're getting better, and you know, that takes a lot of commitment as well. It takes a lot of finance as well. So for putting your finances out there and your resources out there to help cycling, we'd want to thank you guys very, very much for that. The other thing that we forgot to mention, not necessarily forgot to mention, but I think we'll touch on it next week a little bit more, would be the nationals that are coming up, the road race and the time trials in the different categories. So I know that's a conversation that's going to be a little bigger. So next week we'll probably dedicate a lot more of the show, right, towards that. So guys, if you're waiting to hear more about the nationals coming up on June 25th, don't worry, you'll definitely, you know, be hearing a lot more of that next week. But with that being said, the main message is of gratitude. Thank you guys very much again for allowing us to be a part of your lives on a Thursday evening. We appreciate that. With that, I'll say good night.
Eddie, well, thank you. Always showing up, being my co-host, and for all the information you have. and for your great words. Folks, we want to thank each and everyone who tune in. You guys, make our show what it is. Like Fan said, the best thing happening on Thursday night. We appreciate all the kind words, and we'll continue to do, our best to keep. It's a sacrifice. I always, speak highly of, our team, especially, my family, who, I give so much time to the sport of cycling, and, they know it's something that I love from a young boy, and they continue to support me. So without family support, and friends, close friends, friends who see the positive things, I can easily say, I tired of this and I don't want to do this anymore. I could say, I go on a farm or something, but, it would leave a void. And so I look in the mirror all the time and say, I'm just supposed to decide to just quit. What happened? And I said, it's a tough decision. I can't do it.
Not do that, because I want to quit too. So I don't want to quit.
Yeah, so, I always tell myself, you got yourself into this, you better stick it out, right? So, thanks for all the kind words. People always, reach out to me, send me gifts. Really appreciate you guys. You keep, the kind words. If you go some to my messages, then people make tears come in their eyes, because then you realize that you are doing something good, for them to reach out to you and say, keep the good job. You reach thousands of people. You change lives. I mean, watch all these young kids, their lives have been changed through the sport of cycling. Understand? And so, I just want to say thank you to each and everyone who continue to support us. With that said, I want to thank the guy behind the scene, Georgian Ordones, always, taking care of business. Lex is not here with us tonight. I want to thank Rochelle outside, taking care of Ruction and Destruction, as usual. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Logan, for the food provided tonight. Each and everyone who joined the broadcast tonight. I have to shout out the fans there. I know that the NBA Finals is on, and I know that the OKC and Pacers they play for the championships. Who win? Pacers, okay.
Get your shot there at 0.3 seconds.
0.3 seconds. So
Tyrese Halliburton.
yep. So all the basketball fans, I know them. Some of them may watch the show and watch the basketball at the same times. But apparently Pacers came out on top. So it should be a great series. I don't know who in the ride with who are the champion. Yeah. With that said, again, thank to each and everyone for all your input. And last but not least, I'd like to thank that beautiful lady at home, my wife, who continued to support me. And I just mentioned this, she's at home with Spicy. Spicy is our little pet dog, a little dog at home. Gave us a little scare earlier in the week. We had to rush her to the vet, and I realized how much people love their pets and their animals. My wife, she said she going to volunteer and help with it because she loves pets, and she asked that each and everyone who own a pet, especially your dogs, please show them love, because all that dog do, all the pets do that show you love. I mean, that little doggy was like one on his way out, and she went to the vet. They revived him, and his back being, such a special little dog. It brings comfort to you when you reach home, and when I reach home back, the little dog on a waggy tail, and they show love, and that way, pets not might talk, but pets, they use them as therapy for people who are going through difficult times, going through terminal illness. Pets are essential, and so I ask of humans to be nice to pets. I hate to see when they take advantage of them, whichever pets. It could be dog, cat, horses, whatever. So I know my beautiful wife is at home with Spicy watching the show. With that said, folks, have a blessed night. Thank you all for tuning in. We are out.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Wheels turn, wheels turn. Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn.